Sunlight skips across the window, so dancing on a cup of tea. Morning paints the floor in gold and wakes a softer side of me. Shoelaces and cherry petals tumble in the warming breeze. The whole street hums a tiny tune and swings an easy melody. I hear your laughing passing bikes and little bells and traffic lights. The day feels light enough to hold, like paper planes and lemon skies. Free little firework heart, popping colors through the park, turning all my usual gray into confetti in the air. Step by step the sidewalks sing, every leaf wears something green, and I keep smiling for no reason. Maybe that's the trick of spring. Bus stop shadows lean like friends, stretching thin and soft and long. Someone whistles half the chorus and the whole block joins along. I carry pockets full of plans, though I don't know what they'll be. Just a flutter in my chest that sounds a lot like maybe free. If the world can bloom again, maybe I can too. With a little awkward hope and a sky this A breeze ran through the laundry line and wrote your name in white. Clouds were drifting slow enough to make the afternoon feel light. I bought strawberries from the stand, they tasted bright and wild. And every little ordinary thing kept smiling like a child. The radio in the corner shop played a song with skipping drums, and suddenly this sleepy town felt bigger than it ever was. Bloom parade, everybody's hearts awake. Sneakers tapping tiny rhythms on the sunlit promenade. Warm wind, soda fizz, laughing just because it is. I don't need a perfect answer, I just need a day like this. A yellow bus rolled by so fast it shook the hanging sign. And for a second all the dust turned into glitter in the light. I waved at things with no real plan, the pigeons, trees and trains. Like somehow joy was everywhere and I could learn its name. Maybe love is not a storm, maybe it's a softer thing, like finding one more open bench beneath a row of mint green leaves. There is honey on the air and sugar in the street. Flower shops and corner stores are putting on a beat. My umbrella stays asleep, no more silver rainy scenes, only bright reflections bouncing off the bicycles and screens. Your text says meet me after 4, so now the whole day leans forward. Even the clock on the office wall looks ready to run outside. Pocket full of petals, shoes full of sand. tangerines beside the crossing gate, watching shadows stretch like cats across the platform while we wait. You told a joke I barely heard because the wind was sweet and my heart was busy drawing tiny fireworks to the beat. No thunder, no grand design, just your hand brushing next to mine, and the smallest spark becoming my favorite kind of sky. Pocket full of petals, shoes full of sound, a little bit dizzy when you're around. Spring puts a rhythm in the middle of town, and I keep spinning, spinning. Sidewalks, cinema, pastel light, everything ordinary feels so right. I'm not falling fast, just floating bright, and I keep grinning, grinning. On the rooftop after glasses, paper cups and city haze, the clouds looked like erased mistakes. The sun stayed out to gaze. Someone downstairs played a guitar, a little sharp but brave, and even wrong notes felt like part of something young and safe. I used to fold my heart away like winter coats in drawers, but now the wind keeps pulling sleeves and asking what they're for. Jump, little heartbeat, jump with me over puddles, over history. Fresh paint mornings, dandelion dreams. Everything is brighter than it seems. Hey, little season, don't be shy. Throw your blue across the sky. I will wear this hope like green, brand new and a little wild in spring. The bakery sign was flickering, the bread was warm inside. We walked slow enough to let the evening gather by our side. No one said the future loud, it felt too big to name. So we counted all the blooming trees and called that almost tame. Maybe growing isn't grand, maybe it's this simple scene, staying long enough to notice how the bare branch turns to green. I caught the train at 8:03 with sunlight in my hair, a chorus of announcements and a perfume in the air. A child was kicking at the floor to some imaginary beat, and somehow all the tired faces looked a little less discreet. Your sticker on my water bottle, your note inside my book, small things making larger weather everywhere I look. Candy sky, cotton day, let the winter drift away. We've got clumsy hope and secondhand dreams, and that's enough for me. Freshman wind, neon bloom, flowers climbing up the room, all the quiet parts inside my chest are finally learning how to sing. The crosswalk blinked, the taxis passed, a dog barked at a leaf, and I was filled with that strange joy that comes without relief. Not because the world is solved, not because it's fair, just because the trees decided once again that life is there. If tomorrow asks too much, I'll answer soft and slow, with one more walk at golden hour and one more place to go. bicycle had ribbons tied and flickering in the sun. You rode ahead and turned around like asking me to run. The river held 1,000 sparks, the railing held our names, and all the wind around the path kept changing shape and frame. I never knew a normal day could feel this cinematic, a little awkward, slightly late, and still completely magic. Ride on, April Street, kick drum hard and skipping feet. We're not trying to be profound, we just like the way this sounds. Light rain gone, blue sky near, tiny joys are loud and clear. We stopped a soft serve by the bridge, it melted down too fast. Sweet and foolish, like the kind of moments that don't last. You wiped a drop from off my hand and laughed before I could, and every passing boat below made ordinary feel good. No confession, no big scene, just a day washed bright and clean. Enough warmth and one small touch to make the whole week green. Pink receipts and magazine racks, tulips by the store. The city has a lighter step than it did once before. I wear a song inside my coat, though I don't need it now, because the air itself is humming through the wires overhead somehow. A message bubble, then a pause, a maybe, then a smile, and suddenly the distance feels walkable for miles. Bubblegum breeze and apricot light, late afternoon doing everything right. No, I don't need stars tonight. The windows already glow, side streets wink and traffic sways. Hope arrives in borrowed ways, and I keep finding little reasons not to hurry home. There's chalk dust on the playground fence, warm bread on the tray, 1,000 tiny evidence that winter lost today. I don't need fate to promise me some grand romantic art. I just need this tiny rhythm putting spring back in my heart. So let the sunset take its time, let the last train sing below. I am learning joy can enter through the cracks I used to close. A morning market open wide with buckets full of green. Radishes like little lanterns, flowers bright and clean. I walked between the stalls and heard the vendors call my name. Not because they knew me well, but spring had made us feel the same. A little warmer, a little brave, a little less afraid. The kind of day that lifts your chin before you leave and pray. Hello, is small, even if it fades. By June, I will keep its tiny echo like a sticker on my room. I found an old cafe again, tucked underneath the hill, with wooden chairs and records spinning softly by the sill. The owner drew a sun beside my order with a grin, and I felt something unclench a little somewhere deep within. No dramatic revelation, just sugar in my tea, and the window full of branches writing green calligraphy. Soft pop morning daisy mine, leave the heavier days behind. Let the kettle sing, let the traffic fade, let me be remade. Peach light falling on the floor, open jacket, open door. Every tiny living thing seems to know what spring is for. You came in with your untied scarf and sat across from me, telling stories with your hands like weather from the sea. Outside, a bus exhaled its brakes inside, the record turned, and I could feel the frozen parts in me beginning to return. Maybe healing looks like this: a table, time, and sun. A day that asks for nothing but to notice it has come. At the edge of evening, all the apartment windows blushed. Laundry lines and rooftop plants stood perfectly unrushed. Somewhere someone tuned a synth, somewhere someone dropped a spoon, and all the little neighborhood sounds were making room for June. I leaned against the balcony and let the whole day land, like pollen, like a postcard, like warmth inside my hands. Sparkle hour, linger here, make the fading sky sincere. Paint the buildings coral pink, give me time enough to think. Tiny lights and cooling air, all my doubts grow thinner there. Spring is not a miracle, but close enough for me. A friend called from across the block, we shouted back and forth about nothing much, about the moon, about where to go north. And in that easy mess of talk, the evening opened wide, the kind that makes you trust your life a little more inside. So if tomorrow comes too fast, I'll save this in my chest, this ordinary glowing world at its simple bouncy best. A bicycle bell rings under a cotton sky. Puddles keep the glitter from last night's light. You walk past the flower stand, hands in your coat, humming some tiny tune only sparrows know. The city wakes up slow like a lazy cat. Sunlight folds itself on your striped backpack. I buy a peach soda I don't even need, just to stand 1 second longer on your street. Every traffic light turns green too soon, but my heart keeps missing every cue. Funny perfect line. Maybe I just need this perfect time. A borrowed breeze, a blinking sign, a brave small step into the light. Spring is popping like candy in my chest. Little fireworks under my sweater vest. I try to act calm, but I second guess. Then you grin once and fix the rest. If this is a daydream, let it stay this way. With bells and soda and a sunlit lane. Spring is bouncing in a bright parade, and I think my heart has learned your name. A bicycle bell fades down the road, and I walk home lighter than I know. Blue, blue afternoon with a soda pop sky. White clouds fizzing while the kites fly high. I wrote your initials on a paper cup, then crossed them out quick when you looked up. The park bench shakes with the rhythm of trains. Dandelions scatter like runaway confetti rain. Your voices that spark like a radio tune, bright enough to turn a Monday into June. I keep pretending this is nothing new, but spring keeps tattling every thought of you. A cherry breeze goes dancing through, and all my careful plans come loose. Under the soda pop sky, I'm floating. Tiny bubbles in my heartbeat glowing. Every little joke you make keeps going round and round till the whole world's showing. I don't need a movie scene tonight, just your sneakers keeping time with mine. Under the soda pop sky, I know it. Something sweet and silly has started growing. We passed the bookstore with the yellow sign. You stop for a second at the poetry line. You laugh at a phrase about springtime. Thieves say maybe they stole all the sleep from me. I almost say same, but I bite it back. Kick a bottle cap down the painted track. A bus size by with its windows wide, and my shy little secret gets caught in the light. If I could bottle this hour like rain, I'd shake it up and live it again. Your half-finished sentence, my unsteady grin, the way new seasons always begin. Under the soda pop sky, I'm floating. Tiny bubbles in my heartbeat glowing. Even the breeze in the trees is voting, telling me not to hide what I'm hoping. I don't need forever all at once, just one brave word and a little luck. Under the soda pop sky, I know it's something bright and honest is finally opening. Blue, blue afternoon, the daylight sighs, and I carry your laugh in a soda pop sky. Apricot sneakers on the station floor. Tap, tap, rhythm through the sliding doors. You ride with the wind in a paperback smile, like the city waited just for a while. I've got tulips wrapped in old newsprint, and something true, like how the whole day brightens near you. Apricot sneakers, spring comes through in every little step you do. We buy 2 drinks from the vending machine. Mine tastes like lemon and unfinished dreams. You talk about movies, the sea, and sleep. I know too much, trying my cool to keep. A train arrives with a silver screen, then leaves us standing inside the steam. You brush one petal off my sleeve, and I nearly tell you everything. Maybe love begins this small, not with thunder, not at all. Just a station light, a tiny call. 2 people leaning into spring soft pull. Apricot sneakers don't fade away, stay in the gold of this weekday. I've got no grand lines left to say, only this heartbeat giving me away. If I reach out, will the season move closer, kinder, clearer too? Apricot sneakers, spring comes through in every shy step toward you. Tap, tap, rhythm, sliding doors, and your apricot sneakers stay in my thoughts. I took the window seat on the early bus line, watched the town blur into watercolor signs. The blossoms leaned in like they knew my name. Pink little lanterns in the silver rain. Then you got on with the sleepy face, a mint green hoodie and untied lace. You sat 2 rows ahead with your headphones low, and suddenly the whole ride started to glow. I count the raindrops one by one, like chances I've wasted, like words unsung. But today feels lighter somehow, like maybe the season is helping now. Window seat spring, keep rolling slow. There's something in the air, I don't yet know. A shy bright spark in the puddle glow, a secret melody under the road. If this bus turns one more corner right, I might finally speak instead of hide. Window seat spring, don't let this go. Carry my courage where it needs to go. Opens like a folded map. Cafes, umbrellas, crosswalk gaps. You turn your head when the driver brakes, and I look away half a second too late. A kid in the back sings out a key. Someone drops coins, someone spills tea. Ordinary noise, ordinary scene, but my heart acts like it's 17. I don't need destiny, stars or signs, just one small pause in the rushing lines. A smile reflected in the window light, a brave hello on a rainy ride. Window seat spring, keep rolling slow past yellow shops and the river road. I've carried this crush like a paper note, folded too long in a hidden coat. If I stand up at the next stop shine, maybe my day can become a line in a song that starts with once and grows. Window seat spring, please let it show. corner store lights buzz like stars are awake. You buy gum and peaches and a strawberry cake. I'm behind you in line with a basket too small. Just milk and excuses and nothing at all. The cashier smiles and the radio plays a bright little tune for these bright little days. You drop a coin and I hand it to you, and somehow the whole world turns clear blue. There are moments tiny as paper slips that stick in the mind like sugar on lips. Spring writes stories in the simplest ways on a pink receipt I almost save. Pink receipt, love in a plastic bag, breeze. Small as a joke, sweet as candy keys. I don't know why this feels so deep, but your thank you keeps waking me. A neon heart in the checkout light, a little spark on an ordinary night. Pink receipt, love, laugh if you want, but spring makes magic out of what it's got. Outside the shop, the sidewalks shine. Cherry petals caught in the power lines. You balance your drink on the crook of your arm, wearing that easy accidental charm. I walk the same way, not too near, try and calm my impossible ears. Then you turn back, ask, is this your way? And suddenly the moon feels close to day. No violins, no dramatic scene, just street lamp gold and the smell of green. Maybe that's why it hits so right. Love and sneakers under convenience store light. Pink receipt, love in a plastic bag, breeze. I carry it home like a warm new key. The smallest thing can open up a locked up heart with a paper cut. A neon heart in the checkout light, still glowing soft in my mind tonight. Pink receipt, love, simple and bright. You made spring bloom in fluorescent light. The receipt gets folded into my sleeve like proof that tiny things can mean everything. La 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 la. At the lemon bus stop near the flower shop, the world smells sweet when the rain has stopped. Your umbrella drips on the painted curb, and I lose all my well-rehearsed words. There's a dog in a ribbon, kids in blue, a fruit stand glowing like a cartoon noon. You smile at the clouds like you know their joke, and my careful silence goes up in smoke. A bus route number flickers twice, my pulse does too when you meet my eyes. Spring keeps nudging me from behind, saying you've hidden enough this time. At the lemon bus stop, everything shines fresh like the air after April skies. I'm standing here with a bright dumb grin, like the season reached in and switched me on. If you ask me where I'm headed now, I might just say wherever somehow. At the lemon bus stop, my heart decides to stop pretending it's doing fine. La 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 la. A yellow poster peels from the wall. A bicycle circles, the blossom falls. You say you like days with no big plans, just walking around with warm bare hands. I say me too, though I mean much more, like how I could stand here forevermore. The bus is late and I'm glad it is. I've never loved delay like this. Maybe timing can be kind, maybe waiting is a sign, not from fate but from your own heart. When it's finally ready to start. At the lemon bus stop, everything shines, the wet street sparkles and tangled lines. I'm standing closer than before, not afraid of wanting more. If spring is a dare, then here I go, into the sunlight, into the unknown. At the lemon bus stop, my heart decides to bloom right out where you can bus rolls in with a silver sigh, but the best part stayed in your reply. There's a station in my chest you tuned by chance. Now it plays your laugh in a looping dance. Morning air, daisy fields, sneakers on the lane. Static turns to melody whenever you say my name. The river keeps a mirror of a pastel sky. Birds fly low like little paper kites. I walk beside you, trying to seem calm, but spring keeps drumming right inside my arms. Every soft thing gets louder now. Petals, footsteps passing clouds, like the world found a secret sound, and somehow you're at the center of it. Daisy frequency, come over me. Bright little signal in the breeze. You make the plain day singing key turn sidewalk cracks to symphonies. No grand romance, no neon scene, just sunlight tangled in your sleeves. Daisy frequency, stay with me. Play this small sweet song on repeat. You point to shapes in the drifting white. A rabbit cloud, a boat, a kite. I say they all look like escape. You say spring is just winter changing shape. I laugh too hard, you grin too wide. The afternoon spills gold on both our sides. A tiny cafe lets jazz leak through, and even the cups seem to lean toward you. Maybe love begins in tune and not in falling, not in ruin, just in finding one clear note that makes the whole heart open. Daisy frequency, come over me. Light up the corners I couldn't reach. You make the quiet pulse with heat, make ordinary feel complete. If I confess in a clumsy key, would spring still carry it gently? Daisy frequency, stay with me. Play this brave new song on repeat. The station fades but not completely. You're still the sound the season leaves me. Cider heartbeat, fizz in my throat. Warm breeze lifting the hem of your coat. The boardwalk creaks by the riverside rail, and sunlight writes gold on every detail. You've got your camera hung by a thread, taking pictures of clouds overhead. I watch you frame the world just right, then accidentally frame my whole life. The cap pops off, the bubbles rise to do all the things I hide. Spring has no patience for disguise. It spills the truth in silver lies. Cider heartbeat, sparkling wild, sweet and sharp like a sudden smile. You make the long road worth a while, make my guarded thoughts go juvenile. If I say your name too soft tonight, maybe the river will keep it right. Cider heartbeat, spring runs free, and every little fish sounds like maybe a street musician strums near the bridge. Pigeons scatter off the ledge. You show me photos of crooked trees, say imperfection makes things breathe. I almost tell you that carbonated silver air in the way two shadows pair. Cider heartbeat, sparkling wild. I've been hiding this for miles, but your laugh makes all that feel too small to keep, too real to feel. Spring is a door, then let it swing. Let me step into the bright, strange thing. Cider heartbeat, spring runs free, and I think your smile just answered me. Cold cider gone, day fading sweet. Still the bubbles dance inside me. We lie on the grass where the campus hill bends, naming the clouds like old imaginary friends. You say that one looks like a runaway train. I say that one's a fox in the rain. Your sleeve brushes mine and the whole sky tilts. Tiny nerves stitching impossible quilts. The trees clap softly in a pale green line, and I wish I could borrow their peace of mind. I've hidden this feeling in notebooks and drafts, in half-finished texts and after-class laughs. But spring keeps unfolding, everything flat, like a map that points only one way back. This is my cloud-shaped confession, soft around the edges, bright with tension. Nothing dramatic, no crashing scene, just your name blooming quietly in me. If the wind carries this before I do, let it say I've been falling toward you. This is my cloud-shaped confession. Light as the sky, but I still can't hold it. A bell rings somewhere, a bicycle passes. Sun on your cheek through the blades of grass. You talk about leaving for the coast in May, and my heart trips hard, but I smile anyway. I ask what you'll miss when the city gets small. You say maybe days like this most of all. Then you look at me with that open face, and courage finally finds its place. Maybe love is not a leap. Maybe it's a breath you keep until one clear spring afternoon turns it into something true. This is my cloud-shaped confession, messy and honest and past prevention. No perfect script, no practice line, just you in my weather all the time. If you laugh, I'll still be glad I knew how brave a small heart can be for you. This is my cloud-shaped confession, drifting at last into your direction. The clouds keep changing white and slow, but one thing in me finally knows. Saturday spills through the avenue trees, paper cups, buskers, a carousel breeze. Street banners flap in the sugar blue sky, and blossom shadows keep skating by. You text it, come out, just a simple line. Now the whole week feels worth its time. I'll meet you where the old clock leans, and spring arrives in 10 bright scenes. There's glitter in the air from nowhere, music from a square half a block from here. You wave once and the Every little booth, every little lane feels brand new when you say my name. No need for stars when the daylight stays. No need for stars when the daylight stays. No need for luck on a day like this. Weekend blossom parade, let it play. I could walk beside you for days and days. We share fried sugar from a paper tray. Watch kids chase bubbles down the arcade. A band on the corner misses a beat, still somehow it sounds exactly sweet. You buy a ring made of woven grass, put it on my hand and joke as you laugh. I laugh too, but my pulse runs fast. Some tiny moments are built to last. Not every promise needs a vow. Sometimes forever starts as now. In crowded streets and blooming air, and finding out you're already there. Weekend blossom parade, take me away past painted signs and the lemonade stand. I've kept this crush in a careful cage, but spring keeps opening every gate. If I tell you here beneath the sky, would the whole bright city take my side? Weekend blossom parade like stays. Weekend blossom parade like this. Weekend blossom parade, let it play. I think my heart chose you today. Saturday fades, but not the glow. Some parades keep marching after you go.